So this is our fairy princess, and she is the result of a coupling between a high fae male and like an uncommonly pretty goblin female. In our magic system, in our world right now, the mortal realm and the magic world were completely separated by somebody or some sort of magic wielding creature in the magical realm in an attempt to help the fae breed, essentially. Humans were outdoing them over and over and over again in numbers, and they were kind of slowly dying off. So in an attempt to buy time and figure out what the problem was, the two magic realms were separated. In this realm, the birth rates were still declining. The fairies were still unable to breed more than a couple of children every 100 years or so, if they were lucky. They weren't able to figure out what was going on. Something about the fae is that they are all very not interested in mixing. They've all kept to themselves. They all think they're better than the other fairies. So in an attempt to solve this problem, they matched up this high fae male and this goblin female, which was only able to happen because she was uncommonly pretty. That being said, goblins are not ugly. There's this whole idea that goblins are weird looking or have extra toes, and it's just because they don't have that same ethereal beauty as most high fae people do. So that's where all of that came from in our magic system. We write our own lore here. They had a daughter. She's pretty enough, but she's not got the same ethereal beauty that either of her parents do. And because they're two separate types of fae, there's some question as to whether or not she's even able to sire children, right? There's some question there. And in her attempt to be valid and be seen as like a valid heir and or part of the fae community, because at this point to everybody, she's just a half-breed. She's trying to figure out the breeding problem. She's trying to figure out how to help fae have more children. And not just in the magic sense, because all the magic attempts to increase the birth rate have largely been unsuccessful. So she's looking into alchemy and human sciences to see if she's able to do something by combining magic and sciences, something that most fae have absolutely no interest in because they've always had magic. And in our magic system now, the magic and mortal realms are starting to bleed back into each other. We don't know why it started to happen or exactly when it started to happen. But she's thrilled because that means she's potentially going to have access to the millennia of human knowledge that she's missed out on. So it opens up the doors for exploration in terms of helping other fae breed. On a side note, she has zero interest in children or having her own spawn. She's just trying to be part of her own world.